place than in the shadow of the world's tallest building for the final act in our annual quest for you-know-what. The Metrex Trophy for the world's strongest man to be won this year in Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia. A city enjoying a huge economic boom, the ultimate symbols of which are the Petronas Towers, 88 stories high, reaching 452 meters into the sky. A triumph of vision and engineering. But we're concerned about something far more basic: raw power. For years, this event has been a Scandinavian monopoly, but for the first time in a decade, that stranglehold could be broken. After qualifying events around the globe and here in Kuala Lumpur, we're left with just 10 men. From Finland, Juha-Matti Räsänen. From Lithuania, Zydrunas Zavikas. From Poland, Mariusz Pudzianowski. Also from Poland, Jarek Dymic. From Latvia, Raymond Bergmanis. From the USA, Johnny Perry. From Great Britain, Gregor Edmonds. From Canada, Hugo Girard. From Sweden, Magnus Samuelsson. And the defending champion from Norway, Svend Carlsen. This will be the most competitive final in memory.
Zydrunas Zavikas from Lithuania, 27 years old, 1 meter 90, 145 kilograms.
Magnus Samuelsson, Sweden, 32 years old, 2 meters tall, 150 kilos.
Gregor Edmonds, Scotland, 25 years of age, 194 centimeters tall, 120 kilos.
Raymond Bergmanis from Latvia, age 36, height 1 meters 92, 139 kilos.
Juha-Matti Räsänen from Finland, age 28, height 1 meter 98, 132 kilos.
I'm Jaroslav Dymek from Poland, 31 years old, 1 meter 82, 120 kilos.
I'm Hugo Girard from Canada, 30 years old, 1 meter 83, 150 kilos.
Mariusz Pudzianowski from Poland, 25 years old, 1 meter 86, 130 kilograms.
Johnny Perry, North Carolina, USA, 29 years old, 6'6", 175 kilos.
Svend Carlsen from Norway. I'm 35 years old, weighing 141 kilo, and I'm 188 tall. And I am the world's strongest man.
Viking power!
I am world's strongest man, as I say, for now, and they have to prove me wrong. But as it goes for today with the first two events, I just hope if I get more than 14 points today, it's okay. And that's according to schedule.
Who do you think are your main rivals this year?
If you look at the events by itself, it would be Hugo and Marius, I guess. And of course, you can never leave out the Swede. We had so many fights during the last years, and he still haven't been able to beat me in this competition, though.
And we begin in Merdeka Square, the spiritual home of Malaysia's colonial past. And there's no question here of bowling the guys a couple of looseners to let them get their eyes in. We're hitting them with a big one from the word go, the flip and drag. This huge tyre, 385 kilograms, 860 pounds, to be flipped to the halfway point where it's then left, and this mighty anchor, which could have come off the Ark Royal, 300 kilograms, 660 pounds, then has to be dragged to the end of the course. This really is a leg, arm and lung-busting start. Commentary on the final of the world's strongest man from Paul Dickinson.
What a lineup it is for this year's final. The first heat of the flip and drag being led out by Žydrūnas Savikas of Lithuania. In his own right, a world champion in the sport of powerlifting. Next to him, the very tall Juha Räsänen of Finland. A lot of nerves out here this morning. The temperature rising all the time. Savikas has got a lot to prove. Over 20 stones in body weight, a massive man. Juha Räsänen continuing the great tradition of Finnish strongmen in this final. Next to him, a former champion, Magnus Samuelsson, 2 meters tall, looking bigger and bigger every year he competes. And another big man, they're all big, let's face it, Hugo Girard with the biggest chest I've ever seen, close to 70 inches, won his heat easily. And finally, the lightest man in this year's final, Jarek Dymek of Poland, second in Europe's strongest man competition this year. Our first 5 in the flip and drag, and that giant tire is bound to be a huge obstacle to all of them. They have to flip it 4 times, then race on for the huge anchor and chain. This year's final underway. Dymek away well, Girard away well, Samuelsson not away too well. On the far side, Savikas is going pretty well too. There he is. Gaining an experience all the time. This is neck and neck. Savikas came through strongly. Dymek as well. And now this giant anchor and chain. Over 300 kilograms in weight. Dymek is flying. This is amazing. Savikas in second place, but moving ahead. Samuelsson coming through strongly. Dymek has come to a grinding halt. Savikas glancing across at the tall Swede in the yellow. Now, who's going to get it? This is going to be so close. Oh, Samuelsson's gone down, and that is fantastic. Savikas has finished. Samuelsson about half a meter to go. He finishes second. What a start for the Lithuanian. What a start to this final. There's still 15 seconds left on the clock. Dymek has only got about half a meter left. Hugo Girard trying to finish ahead of the pole, but he won't. Räsänen has walked off the course already. Savikas, though, will be watching the clock to see what his time was. Another 5 great athletes to go yet. Hugo Girard, absolutely down and out. What a start.
Do you think in the next race they can beat you?
I hope they can't, but see.
The anchor, the pull, was very hard?
Very hard. After tire flip, it's very hard work.
Latvian Raimond Begmanis in lane 1. 3 times he's competed in Olympic weightlifting. Looking very confident during the heats. Next to him, the giant figure of Johnny Perry, one of the heaviest men in this year's final. Quietly confident once a 6. Mariusz Pudzianowski of Poland. He's not big, but boy is he muscular. Superhuman efforts in the heats. This, the defending champion, Sven Karlsson. He won the title in Zambia. Can he do it all over again here in Kuala Lumpur? And what a moment for young Gregor Edmonds, representing Scotland and Great Britain. Second in Britain's strongest man, but now in his very first final.
Hands on tire.
Douglas Edmonds, the referee, gets everybody ready. The time to beat, 46.55 by Žydrūnas Savikas. Away we go, Sven Karlsson in pursuit of a second title. Gregor Edmonds flipping it over. 1 more to go for this man. What a start in the defense of his title by the Norwegian. Pudzianowski is there. So is Johnny Perry and so is Gregor Edmonds. But look at Pudzianowski coming through. Sven Karlsson is fading. Gregor Edmonds is going like a train. Fantastic for the Scot, but the pole is going to win this, surely. Oh, that is brilliant. Just a little slip there, but that is the fastest time. Now, come on, Gregor. Keep going. 46.55 by Savickas. He's blown that, but if he can just keep going, and what a turnaround in form for Sven Karlsson. So fast after the tyre. Now come on, Gregor, you've got to finish. Time is ticking away towards a minute. It's still a good start for the Scot. He's finished now. Well done, Gregor Edmonds. Pujanovsky was absolutely incredible. Only 5 seconds left before they blow the whistle. Sven Karlsson fading badly in this event. That is it. Well done to Gregor Edmonds, and Pujanovsky has won that by a mile. Oh, Gregor, what a start for you, son. But the Poles have certainly found a new star in Mariusz Pujanovsky. He grimaces, he's breathing hard, but that was such a superb effort, and maximum points to Poland.
Happy?
Yes. Only first events. Maybe next. Very good. Maybe.
But you were very quick there. The drag of the anchor was easy.
I don't know, only training. Very good training, flip and drag, no problem.
Not bad start, eh? Great.
You beat the world's strongest man.
No, you have not.
No, you beat the world's strongest man.
Yeah, he's got many good events to come though. The running races are good for me. When you see static events, you see Sven come to life.
Sven, that looked like it hurt a bit.
Oh yeah, really bad. Flip was so easy, but the chain were just stuck to the ground today. But it's just one event. 6 to go.
Not so much Viking power at the moment, though.
No, not now, but I will be back later. Soon to come near an event near you.
Well, the pre-competition favourites, Girard and Karlsson, back in 6th and 7th. A good start for Gregor Edmonds. All eyes on the pole, Pujanovsky. Event 2, the Farmer's Walk, carry these 2 giant anvils, 120 kilograms each, that's 265 pounds, down the course, back and again, 75 metres in total. That's longer than any previous event in World's Strongest Man, and the winner, obviously, is the guy who gets there first. Magnus Samuelsson, you're one of the favourites for this event. What are the key elements here in being successful?
First, you make sure you have a perfect grip, and what I do, I put as much of my fingers around the grip as I can, then I squeeze my thumb around my fingers to make sure that it stays in this position. You pick up the anvils and try to hold them as much as you can apart. You start off with small strides, and then with a pretty high speed, then you just make the strides longer and longer, and just try to keep your head up the whole time.
Hugo Girard nearest the camera. There's Jarek Dymek wearing the green shirt. And it sounds simple when Magnus Samuelsson describes the grip, but when your shoulders are being torn out of their sockets by the weight which equates to a small motorcycle in each arm, that is unbelievable. Girard of Canada, Canada's strongest man for many years now, just in the lead. There's only a couple of meters between them. Girard is going well. One more turn, then 25 meters, and this is a real sprint. Oh, Girard's down, so is Dymek though. So Girard let off the hook there just a little bit. Look at the strain on Girard's face, and the grip's gone again. This could be a case of the tortoise and the hare. Dymek's coming on stronger. He's almost being stretched to the ground. Look at his arms and his shoulders sloping forward. He's only about 4 meters from the end, and Girard's gone down again. Oh, what a drama. Dymek's got it. I can't believe it. Fantastic performance by both men. Jarek Dymek, 54.34. He's in the lead.
A little bit tired.
That was a good race, yes?
I think so. My strategy was not too fast, but to end. It's okay.
Raymond Bedmanis on the far side, the Latvian up against Sven Karlsson, the champion from last year. And these early stages of the final, so crucial to make sure you've got solid performances. And both men are going well. Sven Karlsson turning just ahead of Bergmanis. And remember that time by Dymek, 54.34. That's what everybody has to try and beat. The grip is crucial here. No man has dropped it so far. He's just wobbling a bit. Is the champion. And look at Bergmanis. Oh, he's gone as well. Shades of the previous pairing. It's hurling like hell out there. And Bergmanis almost toppled over. Karlsson coming through now. Can they beat the time? Bergmanis is going to finish. No, he's not. There's a meter to go. The Latvian's done it. He goes into the lead. Tremendous performance by Bergmanis. He's actually beaten the time of Dymek by 4 seconds, and Karlsson is all over the place. He's still got 3 meters left, way outside the time set, and that is it as far as the defending champion is concerned. Whoa, he's just broken the world record for throwing his belt into the crowd as well. A lot of passion out there, but at the moment Bergmanis is the man.
Gregor Edmonds found the going tough. He couldn't complete the course, managing just 33 meters. Johnny Perry of the USA did go the distance, 53.62 for him. But an immense performance by the huge Finn, completing the course in 40.07 seconds. It was after that that disaster struck for the former world's strongest man, Magnus Samuelsson. Obviously in considerable pain, he couldn't lift the anvils for a second time and couldn't complete the course. Was it a recurrence of that previous injury? Is the bicep gone?
No, it's my good one. Pulled a bit off.
Just one pair to go on the far side, Savikas and Pudzianowski of Poland in the orange vest. Great time by Juha Räsänen, just over 40 seconds. And Pudzianowski's got off like a train. Look at the muscles in that guy's neck and his arms and everywhere else if it comes to that. Savikas is going well too. This guy is actually running. This is unbelievable. It's more like a sprint, a little touchdown. The clock is only just over 22 seconds. I swear to goodness, he hasn't breathed. A little touchdown there, but straight up. Now, come on. This could be a phenomenal time. It's just over 33 seconds. That is simply unbelievable. He wants to know what the time is. Savikas still out on the course. He's got a chance of coming third, which he does. But what about the leader, Pudzianowski? Oh, I've never seen anything like it. And again, he is so fit, he hardly breaks sweat.
Congratulations. It was a good race, yes?
Thanks. I'm happy. Second event, first is very good. It's very strong event.
And you were first and now third, so you happy too?
Yeah. It's my favorite event. Not so happy, but good start today.
But what of Samuelsson? Perhaps the most recognizable face in the world of strongman. Had the former champion's challenge ended for another year?
As I turned the last time, my leg kicked into one of the cylinders and that overstretched my left bicep. And then when I picked them up again, like the pain just get worse and worse by the second. I was holding on to them, so in the end I just walked away from it.
He walked away with just 2 points at the bottom there, as you can see. Another victory for Pudzianowski ahead of Räsänen and Savikas. And is this the changing of the guard? Hugo Girard in 7th place and amazingly Sven Karlsson in 9th.
I learned something, you know, strange thing happens in this competition, so at least I'm going to come back tomorrow 200% and fight for my right again to be world's strongest man. Because nothing is over before the fat lady sings, and I haven't seen her yet, so...
So who is Mariusz Pudzianowski? A 24-year-old former top amateur boxer who recently has had more than his fair share of problems.
I started boxing when I was 15. After 7 years, I was quite good. And in 2000, I was training for the Olympic squad. I liked boxing, but I didn't like being punched. So I took up strongman. Last year, I had a car accident and someone was badly hurt. It was my fault. I went to prison. Inside, there were good people and some bad people. They wanted to humiliate me. Now I have the chance to show them. I am very determined, and when I was released, I had 4 months to prepare. No disco, no play, just training and more training. After 2 months, I became European champion, and now everything is possible.
So to the third event, the squat lift. Last year in Africa it was a safari truck. This year in Kuala Lumpur it's 6 huge tyres that weigh 275 kilograms, that's 600 pounds, that have to be squatted all the way down and then all the way up again as often as possible. And obviously after the first 2 events, Mariusz Pudzianowski of Poland's won both. So a question for Jamie Reeves, former world's strongest man himself. How do you assess this extraordinary man?
Well, he's got off to a very good start. These first 2 events have been, one's been dragging heavy weights, one's been moving with weights. So they've both been mobility events. The squat's a classic weightlifting, powerlifting event. And it's just basically about being static and seeing how much strength you've got in your legs and back. And although he's had a fabulous start and he's doing well, I think this will be the acid test. This will see what he's really made of. And I think it'll make or break his attempt at winning the world's strongest man.
Johnny Perry from the United States. Amazingly, he said he slimmed down this year, so his arms only measure 24 inches around. But it's legs that count here, legs and back. 275 kilos, over 600 pounds, squatted as many times as possible. The judges paying careful attention to how far down they go as well. Little touch, and away we go. That's his first. Breathing so important. Breathe in. Big squat. And breathe out. That's 3. Well, certainly Johnny Perry weighed in at about 26, 27 stone last year. He's a little bit lighter now, and he says a little fitter too. You heard what Jamie Reeves had to say. This could sort the men out from the boys. This is solid strength. Looks to be actually getting a little easier for Perry. He's getting into his rhythm, but taking a long time in between each squat. He's been going for well over 40 seconds now, so a bit of endurance kicking in as well. Deep breath, somebody is shouting in the crowd. You've got to get oxygen to those muscles as fast as you can in between each lift. That's 8. This is a good effort by the American. Former professional wrestler, super strong man, 9, and I think he's had enough, but that is a good target for the rest to go for. Johnny Perry scores 9 squats. Now he can get away into the shade and have a rest, but there's still some good guys to come.
But it looked like every ounce of power you had left was going into that last one.
Yeah, every ounce of power I had left. I probably borrowed some from you and a little bit of everybody here, so I just had to get it off of me, so I had to come up. It was killing me. So I'm pleased with it so far. I was expecting 6. I was hoping 6. 9 was good, so I'm pleased.
Well, Jarek Dymek found it impossible to lift the tyres once. No repetitions, no points. Magnus Samuelsson did continue because this wasn't an arm event, but he managed just 1 repetition, as did Gregor Edmonds. He just didn't have enough leg power to get it up for a second time. Rasanen from Finland, he managed 3 repetitions. After him, Raymond Bergmanis, 3 times an Olympic weightlifter. He managed 6. This really was hard. Hugo Girard, though, made it look easy. 12 repetitions for the Canadian. After him, it was time for some Viking power.
So Sven Carlsen, amazingly, down in 9th place after the first 2 events. But this, I feel, is a banker for him. He's always performed well in the squat lifts in previous competitions. And so he should. He's a former European powerlifting champion.
Lift.
12 lifts by Hugo Girard is the target. And notice how far down his back that bar is. That's good powerlifting technique. And this is a good rhythmical start. He's got knee wraps on. He's got a very tight super suit on underneath that T-shirt. And 5 looking good for the Norwegian. Very wide stance. So strong, Sven Karlsson, and totally under control at the moment. Can he go past 9 reps, which is Johnny Perry? Yes, he can. Now chasing the leader. 1 more to go. He's equaled him. And that is the lead. Just what the Norwegian wanted, just what the crowd wanted as well. 14 lifts. Any more? No, that is it. But Sven Karlsson has set a prodigious total. Eases out. And that bar digging in across the shoulders. Sven Karlsson now knows he's got a good total up there.
They say it's a little bit heavier than last year and need 4 more, so hope it's enough. Just have to pray, because I really need it now.
What he needed was for Zavickas and Pudzianowski to fall well short of that total. And the Lithuanian really struggled. He managed just 6 repetitions.
Take your position.
Well, we heard what Jamie Reeves said right at the beginning of this event. This would test Mariusz Pudzianowski to the limit. He's a tremendous all-round strength athlete, but nobody is sure about his squatting ability. And what a total has been set by Sven Karlsson. The overall leader goes to 2, but he's looking a little bit unsure, a little bit unsteady. Just adjusting his footwork there. This is a tricky event. Pudzianowski, that's 4. This is not looking good for the pole. And when you consider that Girard has done 12, Johnny Perry's on 9, and a couple of other guys on 6 reps, this could be poor points for Pudzianowski. The 3rd event in the final, that is it. And at last we've seen a weakness in Pudzianowski's armory. He's not unbeatable after all.
The return of the old guard, Karlsson and Girard taking 1st and 2nd place, although this was the point when Magnus Samuelsson did call it quits because of that injury. Pudzianowski and Zavickas still out ahead, but for Hugo Girard, so close on so many occasions, he's still right in there.
You got to go all the way. It's 3 events now, 4 more to go. So I just got to look forward, and that's the way to look at it. It's not a sprint, that's a marathon, and it's not over until the last event is done. So right now I'm happy with it. Now I'm looking forward for the next one. If I can grab some more point there, then back on track.
Well, we stay in downtown KL for our next event, one of the most familiar and traditional of all strongmen competitions, the lorry pull. So Sven, how much is pulling a lorry technique and how much is it strength?
I'll put it that way. If you don't do it the right way, you're going to have a hell of a time trying to get it to the finish line.
So what's the right way?
It's to try to use a lot of arm power with the rope, stay low as possible and get as much speed in the feet as possible. As soon as you get it rolling, it's going to become easier and easier as long as you can keep the momentum up. It's a power event, but if you do it the wrong way, you're going to have a hard time.
Bintang Walk in central Kuala Lumpur, about to witness something that I don't think anybody's seen here before. This giant lorry's got to be pulled over the 30-metre course, and the first guy up, Gregor Edmonds of Scotland and Great Britain. I just wonder how much longer Gregor is going to continue his strongman competition. He said he wants to go back to track and field and Highland Games, but he's absolutely delighted to be in this final. And so is Dad, referee Douglas Edmonds, who sent him on his way. There's a slight incline as we get towards the end. That is when everybody is going to feel the pain, the anguish, and everything else that goes along with this type of event. Fitness so important. It's not a sprint, it's not an 800-metre race, it's somewhere in between. And the agony of the lactic acid kicking into the legs and arms. A roundabout here has got to be overcome by sheer willpower and guts and determination. Gregor's over the line, but the lorry has to be over the line as well. Another meter should do it. Come on, Greg, he's come to a grinding halt. Now this is anguish at its worst. He just can't shift it. He's only got about 6 or 7 inches to go. He's outside 60 seconds now, and there's Heini Koivuniemi, his girlfriend. She finished second in World's Strongest Woman last year. We'll see her in this year's competition, and I don't think Gregor can believe the pain he suffered in the last meter of that competition. Unbelievable.
Are you reasonably happy with that?
When I know where I am, I'll be able to think about it. I don't know, John.
Tell us how tough that was then.
It was actually easier than I thought it would be. But it was a long pull. Normally we don't pull 25 metres normally. 30, so wasn't expecting that last little bit.
It was just a bit too far for Räsänen as well. 27.4 metres for the Finn. Raymond Bergmanis did complete the course though. 64.56 for the man from Latvia. Next up, it was Jarek Dimik and 52.03 for the Pole. And they kept getting quicker and quicker. Johnny Perry, biceps bulging, tattoos pumping, made it in 46.21. What was the hardest part about that?
The hardest part, pulling the truck. The last 15 feet was terrible.
Well, everybody agrees the last part of this contest is the worst. Now, Sven Karlsson made a quantum leap up the scoreboard in the last event from 9th to 4th. Can he do it again? He's got to do it again if he's going to retain his title. Here we go. That lorry is not exactly thundering down the course, but it is moving smoothly. And this guy's done this competition so many times. Boats, planes, you name it, he's done it. And this is quick, 46.21, the leading time at the moment by Johnny Perry. Right at the beginning of this competition, you heard him say, you've got to pull with the arms, you've got to drive with the legs, you've got to stay low. And so far, so good for the Norwegian. Short, sharp steps. Coming up to 40 seconds, not very far to go, just a couple of meters. This is quick. And, oh, he's got it, yes he has. Just by 0.21 of a second, Sven Karlsson goes into the lead, but there are 3 competitors to go. For the time being, so far, so good for Karlsson.
Into the lead. Happy with that?
What's the lead?
Lead, yes.
I'm leading.
You're leading.
Yes! First! Yeah! Yes! Not risky.
There's still life in you yet.
Oh yeah. Viking power!
That certainly was a great performance by Sven Karlsson. Amazed to find himself in the lead. Next up, Hugo Girard of Canada. Just a little bit upright in comparison to the Norwegian. 46 seconds is the target now. Look how wide this guy's shoulders are. He almost blanks out the truck when you look at him from the front. Massive arms, bigger than most people's legs. The short, sharp steps are working again. All the competitors have got this technique taped now. Hugo Girard, solid as a rock. The last bit of the course, though, the last 10 meters is definitely the hardest. Coming up to 5 meters to go. He's got about 10 seconds in the bag. Can he keep it going? Oh, I think he might be. This is good from Girard. He's going to go into the lead, surely. Yes, he is. 44.84. And in actual fact, Karlsson's time has been utterly destroyed. That is going to be hard to beat. There's his wife. Delight for the Canadian camp. And Hugo Girard is in the lead. 2 more to go.
Hopefully that'll be a winning time. I went out there, didn't bother about time, distance, just pull until it stopped.
You're pretty proud with that, aren't you?
Oh, yes. Yes.
A big smile on the face of Hugo Girard as Zydrunas Savickas, the penultimate competitor, gets ready, leans into it. Now this guy as a powerlifter is used to shifting huge weights in the gym and in World's Strongest Man. But I bet he's never encountered anything like this before. In terms of body weight, slightly lighter than the Canadian, but we've already seen what a good competitor he is. He's lying in second place overall, behind Pudzianowski. And that truck is moving, I can tell you. Savickas is going well. The legs pumping, the arms pulling like crazy. Now he's got to grit his teeth. 3 meters to go. 2 meters to go. This is going to be so close. 44.84 to beat, and he's done it. This is just getting better and better, faster and faster. Being held up there by Jamie Reeves. 43.97 seconds. We have a new leader.
Fantastic. Congratulations, you're the leader.
Thanks. Very happy. I like this event.
Do you think Marius can beat your time?
He can beat, but after 2 minutes we see.
We certainly will. Well, there aren't too many people in the world who can boast at being 20 stone in body weight with hardly an ounce of fat on them, but this guy can. A little slip there. Marius is away, chasing the time of 43.97 by Savickas. Look at the arms working, the legs driving, taking slightly longer steps than everybody else. And the size of his biceps have got to be seen to be believed. Absolutely massive upper body strength. And he's going like a train. The last three competitors, well, we've seen a new leader virtually every time out. Now, can he do it? He's wobbling a bit at the moment. He's got to stay in a straight line. 3 meters to go. It's going to be so close again. And Savickas is still in the lead. Pudzianowski goes into second. He's about half a second down, 44.38, but he's still up there. He's just realized he's got second place.
What I know is that I give everything I have. I did my best and I'm coming second. This is good.
I'm very happy my time.
So just how crucial would the lorry pull prove to be in determining the final outcome? Savickas and Pudzianowski re-establishing their superiority. Girard and Carlson now 8 and 10 points respectively behind the leader after what had been one of their favoured events. Something old, something new. The new is the venue, Putrajaya, the new administrative capital of Malaysia, which when it's completed in 2010 will have cost $10 billion to build, housing 500,000 people. And the old is our old friend here. In previous incarnations, the Africa Stone and the Dragon Stone of Wales, but now reincarnated as the Asia Stone, 175 kilograms, that's 2 of me, to be picked up and carried as far as possible up and down a 50-metre course. Now the world record for this is 107.5 metres. Can anybody in the field today eclipse that?
Well, we'll soon find out because Greg Redmonds is the first to go. The shield weighing in, as John was saying, 175 kilos, close to 400 pounds. That's around about the size of a 500cc motorbike. But I've got a sneaking suspicion he's going to do pretty well at this one. He's got long arms, and providing the grip is solid, and that's so important, and he keeps the shield high on the chest, who knows what he could do. 50 meters, the first target. Jamie Reeves, former World's Strongest Man from Sheffield, just keeping an eye on Gregor for safety's sake. Just one line to go over, a little touch, and away we go again. Looking solid, over 50 meters now for Gregor. No pressure going first, that may help him. He's just managing to peer over the top of that shield. In comes Jamie Reeves again. And now once fatigue starts, that's when it could get tricky. But that grip is utterly rock solid now. He's coming up to 100 meters. The world record John was talking about, the best we've ever seen, around about 107 meters. And Gregor is still going. His father in the background watching anxiously. Down it goes at around 107 metres. That is a good performance by Gregor. Well done.
You went into that in a very positive mood, didn't you?
Oh, I think I was hiding it well then. Legs were like jelly from top pull yesterday. I think you could have went a lot further if it was fresher, but I did good doing that, I think.
The official measurement gives us 107.5 for Gregor. That equals the best we've ever seen with this piece of equipment. So now Juha Räsänen being helped there by Jukka Ahola. Both great Finns. Ahola, of course, twice world's strongest man. And away Räsänen goes. Taller than Gregor Edmonds, slightly bigger in the chest as well. And like Edmonds, the grip absolutely rock solid. My goodness, he's really trotting down the course. The first 50 metres, well, he's just catching his breath now, just getting warmed up. I wonder if this could be another 100-metre run. The Shield Walk, a great favourite in World's Strongest Man for many, many years. Going back to the Husafell stone that we saw in Iceland over a decade ago. Räsänen is going well. If he turns and goes 10 metres, he's going to beat Gregor Edmonds. So here he goes. Oh, this is great stuff from the Finn again. He's closing in on Gregor Edmonds' marker, and he's gone past it. He's got another couple of metres before it crashes to the ground. 112.35. Well, well, well. This is getting better and better, this event.
When you got to the second turn, how much further did you think you could go?
Maybe 10 meters. It's about very easy. Though, almost 90 meters, but then it's a little bit slower and slower. Now I'm happy. I hope nobody can beat me.
Two superhuman efforts, followed by a third. Bergmanis just getting ahead of Gregor Edmonds' total. Jarek Dimmick, human in comparison, 70.35 metres. He was followed by Johnny Perry, 81.9 for the giant American.
Sven Karlsson now. The Scandinavian strongmen have got a great tradition in any event involving lifting and walking long distances. And he's gone off at a pretty fast pace. Karlsson needs big points. He's been disappointing so far in this final. He really is striding out. It's still very hot in Kuala Lumpur. It's a bit misty today, but the searing heat is going to take its toll eventually. Being cheered on by the crowd. Everybody knows what a great competitor Sven Karlsson is. But with three guys over 100 meters already, this competition is of such a high standard, and Karlsson is faltering. He's taking a breather, and this has never been good tactics in the past. We've seen that. It's so hard to get the momentum going once you stop, and he's struggling. He's down around the 79-meter mark. And once again, the defending champion has got a real problem. That is not good points for the Norwegian.
And worse still for his great rival, the Canadian. Girard's challenge all but ending at the 68-meter mark. And when Zavikas let the stone go after 81 meters, the door was well and truly open for Pudzianowski.
Well, this guy has been a revelation. We didn't know too much about him. He didn't appear in World's Strongest Man last year, but obviously his training has been going incredibly well. The hands clasped in front of him, wrapped across his chest, that giant stone weighing in at almost 400 pounds. And one can only imagine just what it feels like when it's digging in the arms, especially after about 100 meters or so. So the leader at the moment, still Juha Räsänen of Finland, 112.35. But Gregor Edmonds, he's in third place at 107.5. But Pudzianowski has been a revelation. I don't know who he's talking to in the crowd there, but he wants more cheers, that's for sure. These guys are not just strong, they love the crowd to support them as well. It really does help. He's got the stage all to himself, and now he's going for victory again. Oh, this is so easy. He's gone into the lead, and he's almost halfway up the course. I'm not sure he's smiling. It's half of a smile, half a grimace, and that is it. Thank you very much. Another victory, maximum points. and Poland are very, very definitely in the lead. Another super performance by Mariusz. There's no stopping this guy. Superb, and he looks so cool, calm and collected. Thank you very much and goodbye. 127.4 meters, and he made it look easy.
It is true that in this event I am very strong and the stone is not a problem to me. It is easy for me to carry such a weight, and so I am smiling. It was not feeling heavy.
And he was smiling even more when he saw the scoreboard. 10 points again for the Pole, and when you see that Sven Karlsson finished 7th there and that Pudzianowski now has a 5.5 point lead at the top, you realise there's going to be no repeat success for the huge Norwegian. Is that the end?
That's the end of this battle, yeah. I will still come back next year, try to do better. But it wasn't mine to win this year, that's for sure. At least I'm going to try to finish off like a Viking warrior and maybe even finish in the top 3. That battle isn't over yet.
Beneath the Petronas Towers, the world's tallest building, the outcome for the battle of the world's strongest man will be decided. 2 events to go. The first is the deadlift. How many times can you lift the car off the ground?
Juha Räsänen, the first we're going to see in the deadlift. And this another great favourite in World's Strongest Men finals. I just wonder whether his height of almost 2 meters is going to be a disadvantage. But the Finns are renowned for having incredibly strong backs. He's almost got straight legs there. 320 kilos, over 700 pounds. Look at the bulging biceps. Keeping his arms straight so that all the strain is taken on the shoulders, the back and the legs as well. Just a little lockout with the legs. But 6 reps is a good start for Räsänen. The tradition of Scandinavian competitors over the years has been unmatched by any other group of nations. Räsänen needs good points here though to get in amongst them. 10 seconds to go on the clock. That is 9 repetitions. I'm not sure he's got time to do another one. No, he hasn't. He couldn't do it anyway. But 9 repetitions for Juha Räsänen. Tremendous performance by the Finn, and that is going to be hard to beat.
It's very close for 3rd place at the moment.
That's why.
Are you happy?
I'm happy if I win this event. Not if I win, I'm 2nd.
Well, because Bergmanis is an Olympic weightlifter of great renown, I think his technique will probably be the best of anybody. And that looked easy. This is a guy who's competed in 3 Olympic Games, in clean and jerk and the snatch. And so this is his bread and butter, lifting heavy weights off the ground. Up to 5. Looking very comfortable indeed, and if anybody is watching who's a weightlifter or an aspiring champion, this is perfect technique. Straight back, head up, arms straight. Now can he match Räsänen? Yes he can. He's got time to do a couple more. And this is a fabulous performance by Bergmanis. He's been in the final before, but I'm not sure he's ever been as high up the table as this. And this will do his chances of taking big points. The power of good. 1 more for Bergmanis. No, that is it, but he scores 11. Fabulous stuff by the Latvian. That was his event. He needed the points, and I think he's going to get them.
This next event, the stone is much better for other guys. If I step far in this event for other guys, I have a chance. If he beat me in this event, I don't have a chance.
By this stage, Hugo Girard was a shadow of his former self. 6 repetitions for the Canadian. But everybody was still trying. Johnny Perry, look at the effort there. 8 from him. And even Karlsson, he'd given up his crown, but he was fighting every inch of the way.
Zavickas now in the deadlift. We're talking before about Bergmanis being a banker for him this event. This guy's a silver medalist in World Championship powerlifting, and this is an exercise powerlifting competition, the deadlift. This is the only man that can catch Mariusz Pudzianowski, the Pole who's leading overall. He's got to get a cracking score here. He's got to go in excess of 11, surely. This is rock steady from Zavikas. 7. 4 more required to match Bergmanis. And this competition has been hot all the way through the final. But now it's really building up to be a classic finish in World's Strongest Man. And he's just juggling that bar up his knees. And that is it. He's happy with 9, with only Pudzianowski to go. And that makes him equal second with Räsänen.
9 is second place.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you think Mariusz can beat that?
I think no. He not need it, because he better in stones. But maybe, see.
Well, before this event, Mariusz Pudzianowski of Poland was 5.5 points ahead of Zavikas in second place. So it would have to be a terrible performance here to go into the last event needing to win. But look at this guy's muscles. Oh, he's absolutely exploding with muscle. I've never seen a strongman so defined in all my days. He's not looking too comfortable, but this is solid stuff from Pudzianowski. That is 6. Pudzianowski is not giving up. It's not fast, it's not pretty, but it is effective. There's no smiling this time from the Pole, but he wants at least another couple more reps to keep the pressure on everybody else and go into the Atlas Stones, the final event, with a bit of a cushion. This is fantastic determination by Mariusz Pudzianowski. He's not exactly the new kid on the block, but what a sensation he's been here in this final. That is it. 8 repetitions will have to be enough, but is it enough to bring him the title of World's Strongest Man? We'll know very, very soon.
Pudzianowski on the brink of glory. For Raymond Bergmanis, a crucial victory in the deadlift, because there are 2 battles going on now, as we have just 1 event to go. Who'll be champion, Pudzianowski or Zavikas, and who'll be third? 4 men still in with a chance. If you're going to win the title of World's Strongest Man, this is how you want to do it. In the very last event, in the archetypal strongman event of the Atlas Stones that dates back hundreds of years. You know all about the stones, the 5 going up to 165 kilograms to be placed on the wall. But as if that wasn't a big enough of a challenge, the heat at the moment is almost unbearable. I am pouring sweat at the moment, and I'm just telling you about it. One of those men fighting for third place, Johnny Perry, staked his claim early on. A fantastic effort, 5 stones in 43.86.
Well, if either Räsänen or Bergmanis want to get on the rostrum, they know precisely what it is they have to do. 5 stones as fast as possible. There's no other way to do it. And Bergmanis may be heading for his best ever finish in World's Strongest Man. Räsänen has competed so well over the last few days, but Bergmanis setting the pace. He wants this, and he wants it badly. There's money, there's a trophy, and there's a tremendous amount of pride and a big reputation at stake here. Räsänen very definitely behind the Latvian. Bergmanis on number 4. Now the big 160-kilogram ball. This is for a place on the rostrum, albeit in third place, surely, behind Zavikas and Pudzianowski, but Raymond Bergmanis has done it. His best ever finish in a World's Strongest Man final. I'm absolutely delighted for the Latvian. He's 36 years old. Räsänen is disgusted with himself, but look at the smile on Bergmanis' face. Superb finish.
That means a lot to you.
I fly in the sky, no. Oh, unbelievable. I can't believe. Oh, easy lifter. It's bringing it around. I think about my family, both my kids and both my parents, and I did it.
The big two, the last two competitors in this final. Zydrunas Savickas. He's only 3 points behind the man next to him. He's got a chance of lifting the title. But if Mariusz Pudzianowski can lift 5 stones, the title will go to Poland for the first time in World's Strongest Man history. He's got the physique, he's got the strength, has he got the determination and the will to go all the way? It's all come down to this. Well, it's been neck and neck between these two throughout this final. And first blood goes to the pole. Pudzianowski's on his way. Savickas a little bit behind. But what a performance by both men over the last few days. 3 victories already to Mariusz in this final. And that is some effort. Savickas number 2, already the pole on number 3. The Scandinavian stronghold of winners in World's Strongest Man is going to be beaten. But will it be this fella from Lithuania, or will it be Poland? It looks as though it's Poland at the moment. If he gets this up, 160 kilos, it must feel about 2 tons at the moment. If he gets it up, he will be the champion. Slowly, slowly. Can he do it? Can he become World's Strongest Man? Yes, he can. Fantastic stuff. There is a new champion of the world. Mariusz Pudzianowski brings home Poland's first ever title. What a performer, what a man. Savickas, a bit of an anticlimax for him, but in the end, there was only one champion right from the start. His name, Mariusz Pudzianowski.
You are the world's strongest man.
Yes, I'm very happy.
It feels very good in your heart, yes?
4 months is very strong training. Yes, first place, I'm very good, happy.
I'm happy. Second place is good for me. Only 1 year after injury and second place in the world. Happy.
Raymond Bergmanis was happy too. He won the last 2 events to earn himself a podium finish. And Johnny Perry, by coming second in the Atlas Stones, came 4th. It's a long time since an American's done that well. But it's the Pole who's taken the strongman world by storm.
Nie mam pojęcia. Nie spodziewałem się, że
I don't know what to think. I did not expect this, although I worked hard for it. I am the world's strongest man. I cannot believe this. I have won. I am so happy, and happy also for my family.
Raymond Bergmanis.
So in 3rd place in this year's competition, Raymond Bergmanis from Latvia, 3 times an Olympian, but this the proudest moment of his sporting career. In 2nd place from Lithuania, a young man, Zydrunas Savickas, who surely has many years at the top ahead of him, but standing in his way and everybody else's for who knows how long, Mariusz Pudzianowski. An extraordinary, prodigious talent lifting the Metrex trophy for the world's strongest man. Most remarkably of all, not a single Scandinavian on the podium. Pudzianowski is the first Pole to win the title, the first man from outside the strongman's stronghold to be champion in 10 years, and he's a man who fought back from the depths of despair to stand like a colossus at the pinnacle of his chosen sport. We'll see you next year.
Taking you on a prehistoric safari, a Walking with Dinosaurs special gets you closer than ever before, next on BBC One.
Sadly, since the recording